it has been a few months since the Miss Universe competition in El Salvador. So how surreal does it still feel to you now?
Actually, it actually feels much longer than it has been. You actually mentioned it's 3 months, and I feel like it's already been half a year. It's still a surreal feeling. I still get very emotional when I look back at the competition and how far I've come. But overall, everything I do and every day that comes towards me is always an exciting experience.
So what has been the most memorable moment from the Miss Universe competition?
I think it was, of course, the final night.
Yep.
But I think there's a lot of different memorable moments because the whole experience was just something so surreal in its own. It's of course an opportunity that not that many women have, and I was just cherishing every moment as it was. But of course, there's the final night, the national costume as well, that really stand out.
And many people talked about your national costume as well. It has gone viral.
Actually, that was the day that I was the most nervous for compared to preliminary and final. Yeah, I was more nervous about the national costume. I always get very emotional about the national costume round because it's an opportunity for each country to really showcase what their country has to offer and the culture, the history, and everything that it holds. And because I feel like I'm so connected with my own culture, I felt like there was more pressure for me to succeed and to kind of do that in the best way possible. So I think I put more pressure on myself on that evening than the final night and the preliminary.
On the occasion of International Women's Day, so how far do you think we have come in terms of female empowerment, especially in Thai society?
In Thai society, I do feel like there could be more improvement on how we empower women. I feel like a lot of the time, the stereotype or the stigma for women in Thailand is to be soft and to be accepting, conflict-free, stay at home, take care of the kids. And it's not very looked upon positively when you're a strong woman in business or you have dreams to do something more than just take care of the family. And I feel like as a beauty queen, I want to spread that message that you can be anything you want, because I do feel like there is a long way for us to go because of how accepting we are to old traditions and ways of thinking.
There are a lot of stereotypes that are put against Thai women, whether it's to be soft and sweet, we have to be like a good housewife, and all of these stereotypes. Which one do you think bothers you the most whenever you hear that?
The one that bothers me the most is when people say just marry a rich husband or just find a rich husband. This is a line that I hear a lot of older women say to my generation, or even my own generation say to each other. And it always makes me question the mindset that we have as women in society. Why do we need to depend on a man to make us happy or to support us when we are able and capable of doing that for ourselves? Of course, I have no judgment against people who choose to do that, but I feel like that should not be the go-to for women. We are able to do so many things for ourselves, and we should not have to be a burden to someone else because we want to live an easy life. Of course, we want to have it easy, but wouldn't it be more satisfying for ourselves if we created that easy living for ourselves and that happiness for ourselves?
So what sort of changes do you hope to see in terms of women empowerment in Thailand? Are there any policies that you want to see more?
Of course, it's a matter of equality as well. Once we accept women as equals, it's not about women being more than men. It's about accepting that we are the same and we are all capable of achieving the same things. We don't need to look down at someone because they're a woman or because they should be less respected because they're not a man. But I think it all starts with us as individuals in society before we can ask for change in the government. I feel like when women can respect each other first, that's where the change starts. Because if we're constantly looking at each other and judging each other and comparing who's better or who's richer or who has what, we're already taking one step back from creating that respect that we want from other people. I think, yeah, it starts from us as women respecting each other, and then we can go as a group, as women, to demand for the things that we need.
So in your perspective, what would be the most important thing that we should teach young women or young girls today?
It's okay to be the voice that you want to hear. You don't need to wait for someone else to say it first. You don't need to wait to be told what to do. If you feel that your heart is there and you want to do it, just go for it. A lot of the time it's always, did you ask this person? Did you get permission? Just do it. You don't need to sit around and wait for things to happen for you when you know that you're capable of making it happen yourself.